Good evening, everyone. How are you doing today? So now I've set up my system, I can actually see your comments and who is saying them, which is fantastic. So, Kate Lovely, just checking, what email do you mean on there? Do you need some help with anything? Can anyone answer um, her message there? I think she's having some kind of technical problem. Hi, everybody. Rue, we've got Linda, we've got Kate, we've got Andrea, we've got Sarah, we have got who else? Who else? Come say hello. So, welcome. How are you feeling from yesterday? So, obviously, we looked first at what are we feeling now, drawing a line in the sand, and practicing non judgment around that. Today, hi, Hannah. Today, we're going into starting to slightly shift that. So each day that we go through this will be a little tiny trick just to very gently take you through this process. Oh, my actual email address. Okay, I got you. That was like straight over my head. So well done, everybody, again, first of all, for sending me your answers. And also for those that have still to do it, keep going with it. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time. Not everybody's the same. Some people like to get it out straight out of the way, and other people like to sit on it a little bit. And neither way is fine. Neither way is wrong, should I say. So well done anyway. So today, of course, we're talking a little bit more now about the transformation statement. So you've probably already started to maybe pick one of those things from your list that you'd like to have a look at. Now, I'm just going to double check that Facebook is still sharing my comments before we begin. Assuming you can hear me okay, I've just assumed. Now, if you can't, please leave me a message. I probably should have checked that first. So we're doing the transformation statement, and I'll talk to you about what that means. But first, you've probably seen that I've put there on the website and previous posts before, is that strategy is about trying to, in all the different things that you can pick, is to choose. My previous CEO that was the CEO of LG when I used to work for LG, I vividly remember he gathered everybody together like he used to do in this big auditorium, and he was like, "What is the definition of strategy?" And people came out with all these amazing, take that off, all these amazing suggestions, like, it's about marketing, it's about the audience, it's about like planning and thinking ahead. And he was like, it's just one word: choice. So if you're not very strategic, what happens is you're just trying to do everything at once. Strategy, just like the media, they have an agenda, don't they? They have a strategy. And I remember when I was studying media, and they spoke about the fact that they've got, what, 5 stories to share in a news piece out of billions. So why are they picking the stories that they're picking, for example? And that's another little side tip, actually, because if you feel that your mood is impacted, one thing that I'd like to encourage you to drop is the news. Social media is slightly different. You can control what you see, you can control who you follow, you can unfollow people or you can unfriend people. You can cut off in different ways, like shutting down apps, or the Samsung phone is amazing for just like letting you only access certain apps at certain times on your me time and things like this. But if you sit and listen to the news, it's infiltrating. And like I said yesterday, as a hypnotherapist, it's like I can hear the subliminal messages. So tip number one, come away from the media. So strategy is about choice. Okay. And it comes under everything: how we communicate, who we have in our life, what are the things that we do to make us feel better. It's all about choice. And it's the same when we're going, right, what am I feeling now? How do I want to feel? So, like I said yesterday, we don't know where we're going if we don't know where we are. And that's what we did yesterday. So, today is looking at the actual transformation statement and going, right, this is how I'm feeling, and I'd like to move towards this. Now, you can do your transformation statement, anything from a subtle shift, like in a realistic way. On day 2, I'm feeling like this, but on day 6, I'd like to be feeling like that. Or you can set it up for a more longer term transformational statement. It's all up to you, okay? And the time scale is all up to you as well. So Ruth says here, I don't have a TV, no newspapers, and switch off the news on the radio. It's made a huge difference. It really, really does. And you know what? The news will come to you anyway. I always end up hearing what's important for me to hear. It comes to me at some point. And it's also, you can be, selective about the sources that you choose to get your information as well. But that's a whole other story, isn't it? So what we're going to be doing today is something a little bit practical as well. So we're not actually going to sit and decide what our transformation statement is. I would really recommend spending all of tomorrow or this evening, if you're in the zone, and just writing it out and then scribbling and then writing it out again and then scribbling it until you find the one that really lands with you. What we're going to do tonight is a little bit of a visualization that I'd like you to do with me right here, right now. And you can return to this when you need to. So it's about shifting a feeling inside, because sometimes it's hard to even imagine yourself something different, especially if you're feeling quite low, especially if your numbers are quite low from what we did yesterday. So we're going to use a technique that brings out some memory of when you did feel like that. And if you're feeling really, really low and you're thinking, I can't even think of an example of when I felt like that, then we're going to use a different technique. So don't worry, I'm going to help you with your mind on that kind of thing. Then there's a bonus video that will be sent after this one, which is a similar sort of process, but much more deeper. It's a pre-recorded one that I've done. It's called NLP Future Pacing. NLP, for those that don't know, stands for Neuro-Linguistic Programming, and it's a kind of a hypnosis, and it's kind of a very proactive one that you do in your mind. It's really, really powerful. So I would recommend listening to that one at least once during this week. If you can do it every day, amazing, but don't beat yourself up. That's not what I'm asking. But it's one of those things that the more you do it, the more it is going to rewire your mind. And it's yours for life, so you can use that anyway. So what I wanted to do was just go over some of the transformation statement examples. My website's just come off here, so I'm going back on. It's all there. So every day you'll be getting the emails that are a summary of what we're doing, as well as it being posted in this group and as well as it being on the website. So if you want everything all in just one place, then head to that website and you can just scroll down and go through the tasks. So, we're all different kind of learners, so it's completely up to you. So some examples, it could be like one word, like I'm going from disappointed, a feeling of I'm generally feeling disappointed. That's something that came up for me quite a lot, actually, is that sense of just feeling like flat and always feeling let down, for example. And I want you to go from feeling like that to feeling grateful, for example. So I'm going to go through some of the examples on the website here. So I've got disappointed to motivated, for example, or unhealthy to vibrant, or a sense of feeling lonely to a sense of feeling social. So this can often be a perception shift. Remember, I'm talking about starting with the subtleties. It doesn't mean that you're actually going to turn into a social person by the end of this week, but it can. It can actually do that as well. But it's about dropping those expectations on yourself and just saying, I just want to go from, instead of feeling lonely, I want to feel and be reminded that I've actually got a lot of people in my life who love me, if I could just see it that way, for example. So we're working with the subtleties. Other examples, a lack of time for myself in all ways. So it can be a sentence, like I say, to putting myself first more. Okay. It could be that I'm sick of feeling that victim mentality. You recognize that in yourself, for example, and this is where self-awareness comes in. It's not judging yourself on that. You're just saying, you know what, I do that often. I'd rather just be proactive and empowered, right? Another example is I want to go from feeling disconnected from people to stepping out, whether that's online or whether that's in person. So you can play with that. And like I say, I would just really sit with it for the day and really digest what is it that you want to go from and to. So those of you that did my end of year online mini retreat, we looked at the word of the year. We went through a whole process for that. And mine was, I want to be high vibe more. So what I mean by that is every single day I want to feel amazing. Now, that sounds really unrealistic in some ways, and it is, in terms of obviously some days I'm not going to feel like that. And when those things happen, whether it's hormonal, whether I've had an argument with somebody, or whether I've had some bad news, or whatever that is, that's okay. Of course, that's okay. But all the other days where there's nothing really impacting me, I want to be having and living the best life that I can live and feeling good all the time. So if I'm not, then it's something that I'm doing to myself, isn't it? And that's the things that I've been peeling back layer after layer since August last year, when I decided to do a lot of deep introspection. So it's having the intention in the first place, and then you can go into the deeper work later. You can explore that. Like I say, it's not something that can be done overnight, but certainly the perspective and the intention is there. So today is kind of like that intention setting. So spend a little bit of time thinking about it. Now, to get you into a really kind of space to receive, to feel it, to imagine, to visualize, I'm going to do that meditation with you now. I'm just going to check there's no comments that have come up until now, and that's fine. Nothing's there. I'm going to take a sip of my chamomile tea. And then we're going to go into it. Okay, so this is a fairly short one. It's just to kind of set the scene for your mind and your subconscious and those limiting beliefs. The limiting beliefs are what we're going to address tomorrow, because, of course, self-sabotage is always at bay, and we want to out that as well. So get yourself comfy. You can be laying down if you want to. You can be sat up. It's completely up to you. Get yourself comfy. Closing the eyes. And take a nice deep breath with me. Slowly release. Remember, you can do that sigh, or you can blow away. Or you can just release out through your nose, whatever feels the most comfortable. And just take your time to relax your body. Relaxing your jaw. This is something I certainly notice in myself. I tend to clench. Try to relax the jaw, the tongue, even the cheeks. Meanwhile, just taking a deep breath here and there when that feels good. Soften the forehead. So just imagine that someone's just kind of got their fingertips on your head and just smoothing that forehead out. Those of you that have done yoga with me know that I often do this forehead massage in the meditation element. Just imagine or visualize that someone's giving you a little head massage. And visualize or imagine as though your forehead itself has a smile, gentle smile. Maybe even accompany that gentle smile on the forehead, the smile on your lips. Notice any change in your body. It's said that even if you do a fake smile, that the positive endorphins and feel-good hormones swim around the body, It feels good. You just try that now, maybe even a bigger smile, lifting and lightening the face, where we hold all our emotion. Shoulders drop. Take a roll of the shoulders if that feels good. Feel proud of yourself. Proud of yourself for being here, knowing that there's nothing really that you need to do. Just having the intention to work through, to help yourself, or to have that intention because you're here. Just allow the body to start to relax and soften now. The way that you've relaxed your head, your face. Take that deeper into the body now, scanning through and seeing if there is anywhere could be even more relaxed, even more comfortable. Every inhale, you're saying, I give myself permission to relax. Every exhale, let go. Starting to feel heavier in the body, more and more relaxed, calmer the mind. Calmer the mind, the light that you feel in your soul, the lighter that you feel within yourself, the deeper that you go into this relaxation. Even if your mind is busy, even if your body is fidgety, let's just practice non-judgment. Drawing a line in the sand and saying that's fine. I'll continue to always just breathe through, knowing that everything passes. Anxiety, feelings, all transient. And I know that when I don't feel my best, it shows me what I do want to feel. I thank myself for that. And I know that it helps me to appreciate the good times. When I'm in the good times, I'm so present and aware. And I know that all these feelings are part of my experience. As this human on this earth, that they guide me, and that these emotions show me maybe something needs shifting, tweaking, just addressing, something that I'm prepared to listen to, knowing that all my feelings come from a positive intention. Still, when I create space to hear, truly receive and understand what I need to do. So, to get you in that energy for the transformation, the shift in your mindset from yesterday or today to however long in the future, I'd like you to start to think about maybe the version of yourself or the feeling you'd like to feel or the behaviors you'd like to see when you're feeling really good, really confident, really present. Maybe there was a time in the past, maybe the not so distant past. Maybe you were doing great and you just feel that out of the blue, you just feel you've stepped back, or maybe you've been feeling like this a while, but you do recall a time when you were feeling your best, the best version of yourself. Could have been years. Something that really springs to mind in your mind's eye. Maybe you can feel it, or maybe you can visualize it, or maybe it's just imagining. Maybe it's imagining, if that memory is not coming to mind, imagining that version of you. What would she be doing? How would she hold herself? What would be her facial expressions? The way she spoke? Who would she be around? See if you can evoke that feeling within you, that little spark of something. And on those days where we're struggling to find that spark, we can go to a place that brings that happiness, a place we've either been before, a place we'd like to go, or a place that we've completely made up in our mind. A place that makes us feel happy. Or maybe it's a person or a pet that brings you joy, the bubbles of joy inside. Where do you feel that joy bubbling? It's your heart, belly, it's in your head. Maybe it comes with a gentle smile on the lips and on the forehead. As you allow those bubbles to just spread from wherever they are. Maybe they have a colour, maybe not. Spreading all through your body, the cells of your body, healing each cell with love, joy, happiness. Maybe just the hope of that, the knowing that that's coming, the faith, the deep knowing. And you know that because you're here. So on some level, you trust, you have the faith in yourself, in the universe, in the process. Whatever it is that came into your mind, wherever or whoever, or whatever memory of yourself or hope of the future that came to mind, I'd like you to now do an imaginary photograph, as though you're taking a picture of that scene, whatever is in that scene. And I'd like you to take that photograph and place it in a beautiful photo frame. And I'd like to take that frame by both hands and look at this picture with so much love. And just know you're on the path. You're already on it. Take that photo frame, press it to your chest. You can even do that physically if you'd like to. And I'd like you to just dissolve it into your heart. as though your heart is just drinking that up now. And it's within you, it's in you. And anytime you need to, you can take that picture out and look at it. You might even find a picture in your home after this and get that picture out and look at it every day. Maybe it's even a picture of yourself, your inner child, your younger self, that you can just say, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here for you now, and I love you, and we've got this. Just take a few moments with that energy. You are loving, and you are lovable. You are enough. You're amazing, and I love you. And in a moment, I'm going to slowly count you out of this from 1 to 3. And at 3, you'll be feeling relaxed, feeling happier, lighter, having a deep, restful sleep tonight. With 1, we're starting to think about coming back. With 2, we're bringing this energy with us. Sensations, the feelings, starting to wiggle fingers and toes as we reconnect to the body. With 3, feeling back in the here and now, feeling grounded, maybe a stretch if that feels good. Deep breath in as you blow away that's no longer serving you in a positive way anymore. Want that deeper, longer session that goes on a more visual journey with you, then you can return to that anytime. So I hope that was helpful tonight. I'm really looking forward to hearing your transformation statements. And again, please share for everyone else to see as well. And it's helpful to give other people ideas to see what word they're looking for if they're not quite catching it. I will leave it there tonight. I'll leave you in this nice vibe. So obviously, if the messages come through late, then I will reply to you. Thank you, Root Cat. It's Kate, isn't it? Yeah, it's Kate. With a C. You're most welcome. Have a lovely, lovely rest of your evening. You're welcome, Hannah. Lots of love. Sleep amazing tonight. Wake up feeling refreshed and ready for day 3. You're most welcome, Linda. And Bye for now.